Coming up with creative things to do on your Animal Crossing island can sometimes be really hard. Let's go through some build ideas for small spaces. An ice cream shop. Well, this is more of an ice cream truck, but I figure it can be very versatile. You can have a seating area like we are doing here, or you can even have it in a little park space. Your mileage may vary, and the truck item in general is pretty versatile. You can customize it with custom designs, and a ton of people have put on the portal various food truck things for you to make your own food truck area. A pizza pasta place. This is definitely, I feel like, more fitting if you're going to be putting it between two houses or in more of a city center area because it can look more urbanized. I love the use of the medieval building sides, and I think that it fits really well here, especially with that color swatch of the brick oven. Although the brick ovens are not actually usable to cook items in, I was thinking of putting a clay oven in between the two to make it more usable, but I like the covered counter better to have more food out there. You can do whatever you want with this. I was going to use the little table with the cloth covering it, make it a little fancier, but I decided against it to have it more of an alfresco dining vibe. Of course, this requires you to cook items such as pizza or pasta or whatever you want to have as your little outdoor restaurant area, but I think it's really cute. A fishing spot. This is actually functional. I've seen a lot of people do little pond type areas by using a water code custom design, and while that looks neat because you can put items on top of it, such as the duck toy, the decoy duck, or the yacht, I like something that's actually more functional. I wanted to do this to kind of play around with the space here. This is obviously not something I'm keeping on my final island build, but it is something I wanted to play around with for this video. I love the use of the storefronts and the little storage shed area, making it kind of like a cabin space, and putting a fishing rod and a chair and some bait and a cooler outside as well to kind of fill in with the ambiance. Of course, you can switch this up by changing out your color palette, and you don't necessarily have to use the wooden dock. You could put any type of code there on the ground or leave it blank. I'm not always that great with making it look natural, but I really like how this turned out, and I like the other end where it's a little pier with the boat sitting there. If this were real life, you wouldn't necessarily be able to put that boat out on that little tiny space of water, but I still think it looks really neat, and it's fun to play around with the objects to see what you can come up with. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave any comments, feedback, and suggestions down below, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.